Knock knock.
Oh, hello, Erin. How are you? It's been
I'm
quite a while.
doing
Sorry.
well. A bit. Yeah, I've had quite a bit of a voyage and made a bit of a new friend on the way who had to be carried for a while if he wants to
I
get
see.
up
Oh,
here.
yes. Oh, he's very adorable.
I found him on one of the lower islands. Sometimes there are ruins of old houses, but they start to
think I've
get
seen-
dangerously close to the void.
Yeah,
And
some
I
of the
found him
islands
on one of them.
do seem to be doing that recently.
Yeah, it's been happening for a little bit, I think.
Oh,
Please don't fall and hurt yourself.
okay.
Please stay. I think so. I don't exactly have enough space on my person to give him a little something to eat, but
Just,
I
process
can
this fair.
have
I
him
have
sit with the.
some food. Does it help him at all, or
I think so.
that is good. Yes.
He seems a little happier. But yeah, I've been flying around with this guy, and getting him up to one of the higher islands has been a little difficult on the wings, but
Yes, I can imagine he's not
I'm
exactly
letting
a
a
small
few.
dog of any kind. He is.
No, really not. He's a large boy, but probably thinks he's still a lap dog.
Yes, there's so many dogs do. But yes, you said you
You
have been
guys
exploring. Sorry.
You guys seem to have done a few things to the library.
Oh, yes, we have expanded
Definitely have.
quite a bit since you have last been here. I believe. I think at Pietro said you have seen the ink making workshop, but they have done quite a wonderful job of expanding into a variety of other spaces for our neighbors. I believe the last time you were here, it was only the smaller ink making workshop.
Yes, it's still so pretty. I think Pietro might have stolen my idea of hanging flowers from
Oh
the
yes, I
ceiling.
believe so. I think it was stolen from visiting your house. But yes.
But it's so pretty. Like, I armor in tool maintenance. Is armor supposed to be? Okay.
Sometimes Pietro.
First of all,
sometimes Pietro
is that a
spells things in a way
violin?
that I disagree with, just based on their their prior experiences in the geographic region, I believe.
Yeah, like. Yeah, there's supposed to be a U in
There
armor,
is supposed
right?
to be a U there.
I'm not.
But Pietro does not spell it with a U.
I'm not crazy. Do you usually spell armor with a U?
I do,
Yeah.
but Pietro does not.
No, it's like I think at the entrance, VNP studies.
That one I don't think is a regional difference. I think that Pietro was just a little bit silly there.
We're simply different, but no. Your violin is really pretty. Did you find it?
Yes, yes, I found it in one of these lower villages, as discussed before. Sorry, I was just rummaging through my belongings for a moment. But yes, I have been practicing. I have not played in quite a while since Pietro and I started moving around between the islands. But I found one, and I have been practicing once again.
I'm not very knowledgeable in music, but it's very cool that you have one. And I don't think it's an easy instrument common to learn as well.
It is not. It is quite difficult, but I don't know. I have had some level of ability with it for some time, so it has been a little easier to slide back into. Yes, I believe it is for Rune to work on if they ever make it to the library.
I've met Rune. I didn't really know he was into inventing.
Yes, it seems to be his main occupation from the few interactions that I have had with them. In truth, Pietro has spoken to him more, I believe, but
it's really nice that your library is coming along. Really nice. I don't imagine libraries with this much community space.
yeah,
It's very nice and cozy.
yes, it is nice to have I don't know, a space for some level of community after so long flying along between islands. I feel having somewhere that people can come to stay and do their work as opposed to just, borrowing books.
Very, very sweet. I hope I can run into more people.
Yes, me too. I feel as though
Have
I've
you been doing all right though?
Yeah, yes, I suppose so. It is, yes. Why do you ask?
Feathers. Quite a bit of them.
Yes, it is. I suppose somewhat of a bad habit of mine when I get particularly stressed or focused. I tend to pick at them, pluck at them absent-mindedly, and I suppose I have neglected to catch myself these last few days.
There. Healthy feathers. I hope
I should clean up.
whatever's stressing you isn't too bad though.
It is mostly my own stress. I believe it is a few sleepless nights researching.
Anything stressing you out in particular?
I am just confused on some.
Is it okay to look?
Yes, of course. There's, I suppose that is what I've been working on and stressing over. I have been monitoring these amethyst crystals. They have been growing at an accelerated rate, separate from their environment, and I had initially believed that their growth out of the ground in a normal biome was due to an inherent magical ability in the biome, but the fact that they have grown so much here in the office seems to imply that the crystals themselves are carrying a level of magic, which I suppose makes sense given that flight crystals also carry some level of magic in them, but it's interesting to me, I suppose. It's something that I've been working on for a while, and the new evidence has just made it difficult to sleep, I suppose.
I get that a lot, but you're saying the amethyst is growing even in this biome?
Yes, I mean when I started, it was only a small amount on the bottom of this block of calcite here, but it has since grown rapidly and onto the walls, and I don't know. I've never seen growth like that in a crystal before.
Because it's honestly kind of surprising. I know some biomes, mostly if I remember correctly. Was it I think Moonlight Groves, if I remember, that naturally also have amethyst growing in them, but I've never really seen amethyst grow in other biomes.
I did not know that
geodes.
That particular area had a name to its topography.
The trees are slightly different. The grass is more purple. Sometimes you have, I think, of some warped stems growing as well, but I'd have to go back to one of them to actually look at them better.
Yes, perhaps I will have to go and visit as well. I have been there briefly. Vast lives in an area with the amethyst growing. That is where I borrowed, I suppose, the sample crystal from. But it would be curious to see what other.
Maybe another research you can do is try to see if you take an amethyst crystal or something from one of the geodes, if it's a different growth from one that you took from one of those forests.
Yes, that's a good idea. I shall note this down.
Because already amethyst growing out of the already sampled it from there, it might have a bit of residue, so it'd be nice to probably compare it with something that's not
separated
as magical.
From the magic. Yes, it would be. That's a good thing. I will have to do this at some point. Once I have. I should find another space other than my notebook. Sorry, if you would wait there, I believe in the barrel over by that sleeping bag, if you could grab me some spruce wood, just to fill in some of this wall.
Please don't tell me you sleep under a desk.
Only when I need to sleep under the desk. I have a bed in the house.
You know what? I'm actually not going to complain about that when you need to actually
It is more that
sleep.
I will, my body sort of gives out at the desk, and I roll under the desk.
Also when you're actually... I see. I have some spruce planks as well on me, if you ever
yes,
need those.
Some spruce planks would be most useful to fill in this part of wall. I used to, in one of our other more temporary homes, I had a wall where I would pin up notes and the resources that I was able to use. Oh god, it's not letting me open the thing chest. Yeah, if I... Yes, if I just put one of these amethyst shards in there we go. Just to give myself some sort of visual idea, I suppose, of the research.
I saw a bit of sugarcane downstairs. Would you like me to possibly get you some paper and some ink, so maybe you could pin what you think to the wall as well?
Yes, that would be a good idea. Somewhere to pin some notes and some loose paper. Yes, absolutely. I believe I have some ink, but if you could fetch some paper, I can work on cleaning up this study floor, I suppose.
Yeah. Alright. You give me a little bit. Apart from the amethyst, is there anything else you've been researching?
In bits and pieces, not particularly recently, but over time, I have been attempting to research the, I suppose, inherent, more magical nature of avians and the islands themselves. There is a strange pattern with the islands and the way that they collapse, and I have not been able to piece together exactly why they seem to be collapsing. It was research that Pizzeroni's mentor once looked into, and I suppose I sort of picked up some of it, but I had not gotten particularly far with that broader area.
How much paper do you think you'll have? I might be stealing from your farm.
It's okay. You can steal from the farm as much as you like. Just a few pages should do for now. Yeah, what about you? Have you made much more progress on inks or exploring?
No, but earlier I think you asked me a question, and I just hear you as well.
Oh, I was just asking, I suppose, how I don't know what the progress you have made with very inks or exploring, as you said before. You seemed quite knowledgeable of the various biomes and islands.
I have a bit of a book as well. It's not as detailed as yours. I was mostly looking around at what biomes could be around here, but it's fun to see like the different colors of what some, and at the same time there's difference between the higher islands that are with monsters, because the higher islands are covering the sun and they get less light, so more monsters like to be there.
Yes, it is. I suppose that would.
There's such a difference in everything. The Skylands, there's so many, the Mirage Isles that have actual like almost floating glitters all around. There's also the Moonlight, pretty and extra. I think some of the Warp Mesa have some blue-leaved trees that you can have, and it's lovely to look at, and I definitely need to add more to my book. And then the ink, obviously there's the method with this training, but also if you add like gum arabic that you can have if you this is thicker, and there's another way that if you crush some petals before you put them in some boiling water and leave them in the sun, they'll give out more like pigmentation. And sometimes if you add like a little bit of salt or vinegar, and it makes something that's very cool to make, and it's surprising not everyone knows about it.
It is fascinating. I would love to hear more about it or read more about it as you continue working on it.
I definitely need to try to make more colors of ink, because right now I think I only have mostly one.
You said it's fair.
Pretty much the same color as.
Yes, I think I still have some left over, yes.
But I'm definitely gonna have to figure out how to separate the pigmentation from the different flowers, and actually see if I can make different color ink.
Yes, that would be very useful, I suppose, for I mean both writing, but also you described watercolors and painting. It would be interesting to have a variety of colors for such a thing. I can never find where Pedro has hidden crafting tables.
I mean, if I think about it, I don't know how well painting could be, because you can already kind of make dyes from regular flowers, but I'd have to see if there's maybe a way to mix it with water to make it different, or if I can start with something like ink, and if I can separate the colors, maybe. I'll have to try.
Yes, I suppose
Maybe
it would be
once
an interesting experiment.
Rest up a bit, it might be something that I can rack my brain around. Yes.
Oh, I feel as though my sleep.
Happen to have possibly like somewhere I could possibly test it out eventually.
In fact, we do. I think.
I personally don't mind. It gives my brain a bit of time to actually process what you're saying, because I might also be lacking on a little bit of sleep.
Yes, that is definitely the reason that all of this is happening, and there is no metacontextual technological difficulties.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
just lack of sleep.
No.
So yes, you were asking about a space or something to try it. We still have, I suppose, exactly. up on this taller level of the library, there is a balcony that I have been unsure of what to do with for a while.
No. It's really pretty.
Did you? Sorry, I forgot that you cannot see the glass as well
There's a window,
as I
isn't
can.
there?
Yes, there is a window. I suppose it does not need to be if you would prefer just the open air. But
no, just not to say. I'm just gonna start moving around, just punching the air to make sure I don't run into anything.
This is fair, yes. But this area up here, it's sort of in limbo at the moment. I do not have much use or ideas for it. If you wanted to set up some kind of painting or creative space up here, we could potentially remove this window to give some more space to look out upon the landscape.
Maybe. I think it's nice, even though the entrance of the roost is right there, so I don't think we need too much open air. Also, I wouldn't want the wind to possibly knock down some of the ink.
This is fair. We have had some issues of late of mobs finding their way from the roof into
really
these open areas.
Nice view up here.
Yes, it is a very nice view, and I have this smaller platform across the way to which to admire the stars.
Oh no! Yeah.
Yes, we could get some canvases and perhaps some easels and fit them into this space. Maybe a chair or some place to sit, and those ideas. It could work. We may need to expand the platform a little bit for a little bit more room, but
There's always this side as well, unless you want to do something else.
I am not sure. I have been thinking of the idea of a telescope, perhaps, but I'm not entirely sure.